Hey, hi. Oh. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? Welcome to another Talking Truth to Teen Issues Wednesday live. So excited to have you here. So many things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about 5 secrets that I, as a physician, I share with my patients on how to manage depression. Don't mind me as I fix my collar. We're going to talk about FOUNT, the 5 keys to wellness and wisdom. We're going to talk about some toxins, avoiding toxins, and Cara Delevigne. I always pronounce her name wrong, but you know who I'm talking about. We're going to talk about her a little bit. We're going to dissect the class clown. We're going to dissect the class clown, get into who he is and why he is that way. We're also going to, what are we going to do? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about how to enjoy new experiences. We're going to go into all this and more today. It's going to be a fun time together. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like I said, five keys to depression, class clown. Anyway, let's get into it. Are y'all ready for those 5 tips to depression? Because we're going to just dive right into it from the top. From the top, we're going to just dive right. DM for the yute them. Sharing 5 tips to manage your depression. Number 1. Exercise. A lot of people don't think of exercise as an amazing way to manage depression, and it is. Listen, 30 minutes every day, just something that gets your heart rate up. Not just, even if you wanted to simply walk, you know what? If that's what you want to do that. But just simply walking, taking your time walking, or anything that you're engaging in active exercise daily is going to improve your depression. Trust me on this one. Ooh, I'm looking a little dark. How do I look? All right, let me fix my light a little bit. What do you think? Is that better? Okay, not bad. All right, exercise. 30 minutes every day. Get some exercise in. That is a secret that a lot of physicians will not tell you about managing your depression, but this doctor is telling you. Number 2. Omega-3 fatty acids, nuts, especially walnuts. Walnuts have omega-3 fatty acids. You know what? I should have brought a walnut for you all. Have you ever seen a walnut? Let me see, maybe, you know what, next time. But looking at a walnut, it's almost look like a brain. And the omega-3, it's a high concentration of omega-3 fatty acids. And that is really good for your brain. Your brain, if you've ever seen a brain in real life, it's very fatty, almost gooky and gelatin-like, and it's full of a lot of fat. Your brain needs good fats to work, and omega-3 fatty acids are the good fats that it really, really, really loves in order to function well. And you find them a lot in walnuts. You find them in avocados too, lots of beans, Brussels sprouts. One of my kids, hey there, I'm curious, are you watching? One of my kids absolutely love Brussels sprouts, and it's a great source of omega-3 fatty acids. Maybe that's why you're so smart, Kirkir. All right. And number 3. Number 3 reasons why ways you can help your depression, and ways that your doctor may not have told you about, and is your food. The foods that you're eating could very well be affecting your depression. Did you ever think about that? Processed foods, sugary foods. Do you eat a lot of those? Processed foods and sugary foods? Well, if you do, they very well could be help affecting your mood. A lot of times with processed foods, we'll just start with processed foods. A lot of the ingredients in there are pretty foreign and unknown to your body. And it takes a lot of energy for your body to process it and try to get rid itself of some of these toxins. Energy that it could be used to helping your mood, helping your depression. That's one thing. And another thing is, who knows how some of these very foreign substances, some of these very foreign chemicals, who knows how they're affecting your brain? Do you want to play with that? Do you want to play Russian roulette with ingredients in your brain, especially when you are not well already, when your brain is not perfectly feeling at its best? No. You don't want to do that. That is why it's best to avoid processed foods when you're depressed. Can you do that? And then sugar. Sugar. Let's not talk about sugar, but we will. Because what sugar does, it takes you up and then it drops you. Especially if sugar that is not paired with a lot of fiber. Sugar that's not paired with a lot of fiber can really cause just extreme fluctuations of your blood sugar that your body does not like. When your mood is already kind of on edge, you don't need a whole lot of fluctuations, because guess what? As your blood sugar fluctuates, so does your mood. And before you know it, your depression is worse than you'd love for it to be. So foods, processed foods, sugary foods should be avoided when you're dealing with depression. I promise you, you work on these things for the next 2 weeks and hit me back and let me know. Find me on Instagram, TikTok, email, website, wherever. Find me and let me know how your depression is doing if you really stay true to what these things I've mentioned. Number 4, write it down. Write these things down. Write things down that are bothering you. Write things down that are not bothering you. Write some of your deep, dark things that you would never share with anyone. Write it down. Write it down. You may be like, well, Dr. D Nice, what does that do? I'm just writing. Well, no, it's not just writing. Remember I mentioned that I must, you know what, it's something I mention all the time. When you write things down, it's almost tricking your brain into a solution. When it's almost like you're emptying your brain and moving it onto something else. And it's almost like you're telling your brain that, okay, we've dealt with it. It sounds silly, but that's exactly what happens. It doesn't fix it forever, but I promise you, you continually write things down. It will help process some of these thoughts that you're having. And not only help with processing, it'll even help you come up with some solutions, because as you're writing it down, you may get clarity. You may get clarity in what's the next step that you may want to take to deal with some of these things that you're dealing with. Number 5. And this one is the super duper top secret one. This one could hit a few people. This one could probably hit a few people a little hard, but I'm going to share it anyway. Share it. I'm going to share it because it needs to be said. Selfishness. Selfishness. Deal with your need to really focus on yourself a lot. Deal with that, because depression, it does have its roots in selfishness, in being self-absorbed. I, me, my. Those are a lot of words that tend to come up a lot. Hey there, Kerze, welcome. That tends to come up a lot in dealing with depression. I, me, mine, me, my. very first tense, present, first tense, you, me kind of language. And what that, let's see, I'm trying to come up with just a perfect analogy for it, but just trust me on this one. Start putting your attention on other things other than yourself. Share with other people, help other people, do things for others. Don't focus so much on yourself. And do that for the next week. Find somebody to help, some little kid to help babysit, some old person to care for and bring a basket to, friends to visit, friends to interact with. Take yourself off of yourself. Focus on other things other than yourself. For the next 2 weeks, I want you all to follow those steps, those 5 steps that I've just mentioned. 1 is exercise. 2 is add some nuts or some omega-3 fatty acids to your diet. I know some of you are nut allergic, and other sources I mentioned. 3, no processed foods or sugars. 4, write it down. And 5, don't focus on self. Focus on somebody else, something else. Sharing is caring, and just watch a lot of your depression lift. You all can do that. All right. Well, before we go on, where's everybody from? Let me see if I could do some adjustment with my light too. It's looking a little dark, isn't it? Yeah. How's that? Is that better? Let's see how it looks like. But, yeah. Where's everybody from? Can you hear me? Kirse? Are you in here? I don't know. Where are my live viewers here? I miss seeing you all. Where are you all? Where are you from? Where is everybody watching from? Are you watching it on the rebroadcast? If you're watching on the rebroadcast, give me your city in the comment section. Let me know what's going on. How was your day? Today was a pretty busy day for me, I'm not gonna lie. And getting a little hot too. I'm gonna take off this coat and go through the rest of our show. How's our light looking? I don't know, it's still looking a little bright, isn't it? All right, let's get into it. Next one. Living in FOUNT. FOUNT is the 5 keys to wellness and wisdom to help unlock your best. And today we're going to talk about the N in FOUNT, which is for natural. And as you know, each of the keys in FOUNT have 3 parts that fall below it. And these 3 parts in the N in FOUNT, which is for natural, are avoid toxins, natural remedies, as well as water. And today we're going to talk about avoiding toxins. And what a lot of people tend to do for depression, especially, and we're going to relate it back to depression. A lot of people, they tend to smoke a little weed, smoke a little cigarette, drink a little alcohol, do all kind of things trying to self-medicate their depression. And guess what? It's not helping. It's just making it worse. It makes your depression worse. It really does, because most of these medications, most of these drugs are what we call centrally acting, where they affect your brain, they affect the way your brain works. And if your brain's already ill, you do not want to do anything that's going to make it affect how it works. You want the soundest, clearest mind as possible. Yes, there are prescription medications that we use that are centrally acting. You don't want to self-medicate for that. You want to go to a professional that understands the risks and the benefits and can pick the right medication for what is going on with you. Because here's another thing with the N in FOUNT and avoiding toxins. Some of those people do stuff to those drugs that you're maybe buying on the street. It's called lacing, where they add things to it that you may not even realize. There's a YouTube website there's a YouTube page that I follow, a soft white underbelly, and they really talk about a lot of people, how they end up in different situations, homeless, addicted to drugs, and sometimes it just started off with only one incident where they tried something, and maybe it was laced with something, maybe it wasn't, but they got they got a high from it, and from there it was just game over now, and it just led to one addiction after the other after the other. Cara Delevigne. Why? Yeah, Cara Delevigne. I keep saying I'm pronouncing her name wrong. I mean, it hasn't fully 100% come out that she's using any substances, but her latest very erratic behavior outside of the airport, we definitely knew she was smoking cigarettes. It's very erratic behavior coming from Burning Man, which they do use a lot of substances down there in Burning Man. Coming from there, just looking very erratic and disheveled. This is a supermodel, just looking like she was not looking good outside that airport, just carrying on. It was not a good look for her. And listen, learn from what some of these people are doing to themselves. I know Hollywood is all exciting and attractive, but a lot of these people are hurting. A lot of them are hurting. And when you see people that 1 minute you see them in these super expensive clothes walking up and down the catwalk on the runway, and the next minute you see them outside of a airport barefooted, looking like, I mean, honestly, it would be an insult to a homeless person how horrible she looked, and just smoking her cigarette and walking up and down. Like, yeah, be careful things that you get into, young people. Be very careful. Don't. As a matter of fact, I told y'all before, I've lived 51 years and have never been drunk or high a day in my life. And I promise you, I could put my life toe to toe, neck and neck with anybody out there. And I can say that I don't think anybody enjoyed their life as much as I have. I don't think so. Well, let me know. Have you all had any issues with using any sort of substances? I mean, I'm not sure if you want to share that with me in the comment section, but things to think about. Write in the journal, number 4 of the steps that we talked about earlier. You know what time it is now. Time for social butterfly training. How's everybody? Can you hear me good? Kirze, can you hear me? Can you type something in? Who's watching? Anybody watching? If you could type it in, show me where you're from, tell me what's going on. How's your day going? Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Tell your friends. We're going to be here every single Friday. We're trying to build up our audience. Not every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And yeah, tell your friends. Tune in. It'll just get better and better. The more people are in, the more we can interact with each other, and especially in the comments section. Let's go to Instagram. Let us go to Instagram. You all know typically what we do here. I go over.
Have you tried sprouted coconut? This brain-like.
Some of the posts that I really found super exciting and interesting. So that's one. Let's just start off with that.
Its own butter. Coconut oil on the inside of the shell can also be used as a skin moisturizer. The outer part of the sprout has the most flavor, and the inside is more mild but has a satisfying, fluffy, bouncy texture that makes it really fun to eat.
Have you ever tried sprouted coconut? I'm from an island. I'm straight from Jamaica, and I have never heard of this before. Sprouted coconut. Okay. All right. Thank you, girl. These sneakers. What'd y'all get these Nikes? Tell the truth. Would you all get these? So basically, let's see. They are transparent in the, let's see. Can y'all see my cursor? They are transparent right here. And then the rest of it is whole. I don't know. I mean, I guess. Sure. Okay. Looks like clown shoes. They look like clown shoes. This one's good. This one's really good. Hey, wait. It's just his mouth. He is just using his mouth to make those sounds. That is, I mean, there's some talented people out there. That is crazy. There's some talented people out there. I love it. Oh, this one. I'm from Jamaica. I told you all. This whole bridge went out. And these kids are having to walk across that bridge. Did you just see it? Let me see if we can go back and find it. I'm pretty sure they're going to show it again. See that there's a river, that log right there. They have to walk across to get to school. I mean, just walking to the school bus some days is a hassle. Imagine having to walk across a log. That's a lot. That's a lot. Grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Oh, wait. Let me fix this one. You gotta see this one properly. Let's run it again. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna run it again. Look at this guy. Shoo! Bam! That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. This one is real good. This one is real good. Okay. All right, here they go.
Okay, louder. Let's go. Never going down with a reason talk. We're never going down with a reason talk. We're never going down with a reason talk. Represent what you represent, hey! 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 Blue and gold, what you blue and gold, hey! Blue and gold, what you blue and gold, hey! Blue and gold, what you blue and gold, hey! Blue and gold, what you blue and gold, hey!
They're too hype. Oh, this one. Check this. Here, I'm gonna shut off the sound. I'm gonna shut off the sound so we don't get. But look at these people. This is like a death-defying treat. It's raining, and they're just climbing. Here we go. What? Here, wait, last one. Woo! Woo! Oh, yeah. That is crazy. Do you all see that? Do you all? There's some people that are just super talented. Or talented is talented and daring. Would you try this? Would you all try that? Would you all be the one at the top? And now they have to get down. Do you see that? They're coming. That is so cool. That is so cool. So everybody, how was your day today? How was your day? Listen, while you all are out here, don't forget, Don't forget to like the video, please. Don't forget to like the video, right? Because the more likes we have, it helps us on the algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here. While you're here, you might as well just drop a subscription, right? Just drop a subscription while you're here, please. And, oh, I do have something to show you all. This is so super cool. Wait. Let me show you all. Let me show you all this one. Yes, we want to shout out to Tydai. Shout out to Tydai Redwood, who did our thumbnail. Look at this thumbnail. That's hot, right? Thank you, Tydai. And if you want to, on Instagram, I have his Instagram handle in the description part of the video. Shout out to Tydai, who's been rocking it really hard. Last week, he did last week's thumbnail too. Thank you, Tydai. This is too cool. This is too cool. Hi, Deanna. Welcome. Thank you for dropping in. I hope you were able to catch some of the tips on depression, but you could go back on the rewatch also. Okay, well, now, as promised, we are going to talk about our class clown. We're going to talk about our class clown, Teen Archetype. And Enzio, my son, he did the, what did I call them again? The buffer, the things that you put between each segment of the show. He did it for me already, and I didn't load it up. My bad. It looked really good though, but next week, promise, it's going to be right there so you all can see it. But let's talk about our class clowns. You all know Kevin Hart. He had this show called Laugh at My Pain. Thank you so much, Deanna. Really love having you here every Wednesday, 5 p.m. It'll just get better and better. I had to work on some hiccups here and there, but I really appreciate having you here. Let's get into our class clowns. Laugh at My Pain, Kevin Hart. He's a comedian. And oftentimes, you have that person in your class. They always cutting up. The teachers always have to be talking to them. Hey, maybe now's not the time. And you're like, what's really good with them? What's going on? And there are a couple of things I would love to tell you about your class clown. A lot of times, young people in your class, your fellow students, they'll use humor. They'll use humor to cover up a lot of pain. Just like Kevin Hart says, laugh at your pain, or even insecurity. They may use it to cover up that fact that they don't feel tall enough. Talking about Kevin Hart, they may use humor to cover up the fact that they may not weigh enough or weigh way too much. They're overweight. They may actually use humor just because they're not secure in their looks, and they just use it as sort of a distraction from who they are. And some people actually aren't just funny, plain and simple. They're just really great observers of life, because that's kind of what comedy is. It's like people that really see some of the details of life and able to say it in a way that brings amusement. And you have some people that really see the details of life and are able to say it in a way just crack people up, because people need to laugh. We all need to laugh, and they know that. They tap into the human psyche, and they do things to make people laugh. The thing with the class clown, I'm going to talk to you directly now. The thing with you, class clown, is your timing. It's your timing. There's a time and place for everything. And when you're right there in class, the teacher's trying to teach, that is not the time. If you really have this series of jokes that you're like, I've noticed these things, I want to try it out on some people, I want some people to hear what it is that I'm talking about. If you really have these jokes that you want to share, then what you could do is even talk to your teacher. Most teachers are sometimes looking for a break, maybe near the end of class, the end of the school day, when people are kind of losing their attention. You can get, your first little stand-up show right there in the class. The timing is everything. Don't disrupt the class clown. Remember, there's a time and space for everything, and right then, right there, when the teacher is trying to teach is not the time. But we appreciate you. We appreciate you, class clown. You offer laughter and amusement, and like I said, life needs laughter, life needs amusement. We appreciate you for who you are. Thank you. All right. We have now come to the last segment of our show. The last segment is the frontal lobe training. What we really represent here at Wisdomteethinger, where we try to help you to get out of just acting spontaneously and making a decision using your frontal lobe, because that's a part of your body that's the brain that is really developing right now near the end of as you move into adulthood. It's a frontal lobe, the area of wisdom, that is developing right now. And let's do a little frontal lobe training. And before I forget, before we tune off, just in case I forget, at the end next week on Sunday, we are going to actually be talking about friends and friendship. On Sunday, that's what we're going to be talking about. So look forward to that. I'm going to do a live. I'm not sure what time it is yet, but just keep an eye out. I put it on Instagram. It'll be there. And if you miss it, we'll see it afterwards. Frontal lobe training. Back, and we had a conversation, and a friend of mine has a morning show. It's called what is it called? I'm sorry. The Raw Perspective. How could I forget? Raw Perspective with Lays. He does it on Facebook. If you look at it, look him up. Lays Elliott. He's there every morning, Monday to Thursday at 6. And we were talking about trying new things. And it reminded me of a time when I was in the 9th grade. I was in a special art programming school. And we went on a trip. We went on a trip to go see Cats. You know what Cats is? It's a Broadway show. I'd never been up to Broadway before. Our whole class loaded on a bus, Irvington High School, drove across the river to New York City, and watched Cats. It was good. I'd already learned a lot of the songs in my previous middle school class, and it was so cool to see the actual play right there, right in front of me, the cats, everything. It was really cool. I should think of another word other than cool. And all the songs, memories, all alone in the moonlight, memories. Look it up, Memories. It's a pretty cool song. It's one of the most memorable songs from Cats. It was an amazing experience. If I hadn't told my parents about this opportunity, if I didn't take the chance to join this art program, I would never have experienced this, never would have experienced a Broadway show, because till this day, 51 years old, I have still yet to ever have gone to another Broadway show. I've seen some plays in different areas of the country, but not specifically on Broadway. Listen, today, if you are offered an opportunity to do something new, to go somewhere new, do it. If your school doesn't offer you opportunities to try something, to go on some sort of trip, create it. You can do that. I'm sure your principal will love for you to take the time to create something special for your school. Wisdom understands with trying something new, with experiencing something new, comes a whole lot. And one of the most important thing that comes and happens is that you get yourself out of the echo chamber. You get yourself out of thinking the same, looking the same, just like everybody around you. And I understand as teenagers, that's kind of cool to be just like everybody else. It's sort of cool and it's sort of not. When you're developing your frontal lobe, it's important to experience new things, not dangerous things that are going to get you in trouble, but new enlightening, uplifting experiences in life. You don't want to stick into the same place that you go all the time. Same school, same activity, same baseball field. Try something new. It expands, it gets you out of the echo chamber of life. You'll have more fun and adventure as you try to figure out how to go to this new place, how to get to this new place. There's more fun and adventure to be had. You'll be less bored. When you try new things, you'll be less bored. Once again, the whole excitement of planning it, anticipating it. What's it gonna be like? Am I gonna like it? Is it gonna be these kind of people there? Or what did I bring the right clothes? It's gonna be cold in the theater. All of those things. It just really adds an air of excitement to your life. And then you have a story to tell people about this experience that you had years ago that really just helped build you into a better person. Then there is stupidness. You're just not interested in trying anything. Same route to school, we walk the same way, sit in the same seat, talk to the same set of people. Nothing ever changes with your life. And it's boring. It's boring. I don't even want to think of another word, but just stick with boring. It's boring. It's important that you expand yourself and put yourself into different positions so you can experience. It's a big world out there, but you're comfortable with just staying in your small little box. Even in a small country like Jamaica, where I grew, there's so many different things that you can experience. And some people just want to stay in the little box in their community where they grew up. They don't want to go anywhere else. Same thing here. You have some people that they haven't gone more than 10 miles out of their neighborhood for years and years and years. No, let's not do that. It's a big world out there. Enjoy amazing experiences to expand yourself, to get yourself out of the echo chamber, and to learn cool songs like I learned Memories from Cats. All right. Well, there you have it. Wisdom, stupidness. Choose wisdom. Choose wisdom. Because remember, show me your brightest. Show me your best. Show me the latest guru. God's wisdom lets theirs look like stupidness. Listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. And we'll be back next week, Wednesday, 5:00 p.m. Okay? We will, next week, I feel that we're going to be talking about anxiety. If there's ever any subject that you want us to talk about here during these lives, let me know. Send it in. You know, my next thing I want to add to what we're doing here, I want a soundboard, you know, where I could and I could like applause. Since I can't really hear y'all clapping in the background, I could like have my own laugh track, and when you put that you're laughing there, I could press it. I'm gonna add that. Let me see when. It probably won't be added till December, honestly. Tell your friends that we're here. Send them on in. The more people are in the comment section, the better the whole thing is. Thank you all again for tuning in, and see you next week, Wednesday, for Tissues, talking truth to teen issues. All right, goodbye.